Lady Amano Efe Adodona nim senidi edema mefe eyobian pempino yente no ho asem e social media say bia woni obi kon wo ye bibi anase bibi edi efi ebebata ne din ho abrenya abrebia no ni show awo ye e wo Insura FM obra ne ne ma poye wo Ghana say enanani eku ho na pempino so megidi say bia mo bi krampo mu nim sema mefe e wo kunu esan say how faso ye ni show ni kasa ye wona manfo pi na adwen say wo ye single parent na ma mefe on YFM woni abnake edna brabo mu nsem ne kunu mu aware nsem ababeto dwana nsem pina ena ma mefe abeka edi afa ne kunu ehom ebia na wo product and as a company na pese GHP TV ye run advert ema na onya more customers abetima fa numbers ne bu screen so na ne penifo edi enkomo se dem penifo tai kan nsem bi se obrempanhya se bia no eya na enafo ma mefe so de ne die abeto dwa ekonfa so ehia ne kunu bro ma bebre empempen so ma bedre oni ne kunu more mu nsem nyina no ma mefe akane nyina yentie bi emra.
Who were you, and run us through a little bit of your journey up until 1997.
Thank you. Mama Efe, it's my name was Mama Efe Amo. Okay. Everybody calls me Mama Efe. Okay. But Mama Efe wasn't as big as we see now. I got married to a young national service personnel. Okay. In the 80s. So we started life, and I've worked in so many institutions. I always tell people that I made my life before I joined radio. Okay. Because I've worked financial institutions. My last job was mining. And then from Bogoso, I work with Obuasi Mines, Amansia Resources. You know, my position in the mine, I handle explosives. Right. Used for blasting. Right. So I go to all the mining sectors, not Galamsey, the big mining sectors. Right. Right. So I've worked with all these people. So in 1997, and even if when I was working, I was doing this job, counseling, training people, training women to become. Because when you come to Western region, Bogoso, Asenkagwa, Wase Kropon, Yariaya, Opom Valley. There's Yariaya? Yeah. Oh. In between Bogoso and Takwa. Oh. Oh. In between Bogoso and Takwa. Okay. A town there called Yariaya. Okay. So, Yariaya. Okay. And then in Susaiden, Opom Valley. In Susaiden, Opom Valley. You know, they are all my territory. I train women to become more industrious. We do a lot of things. Okay. I do evangelism all over. So when you go to that place, it's the name that they call me is Mrs. Amano.
Koda herbal tea and American for a dematitru ni abrochir for no empempi no awoni ntina ya na munya time exercise say modidi ya na moda matisa awono so mo petinum ye pade bia meka say ade ekọ ni pedua ni make sure say ekomu no na eye ni pedua ni adwuma e wo kwan paso koda herbal tea no unya bi na no mebeboa amayare bia entumi emechew ena enuane ye di enwuma bia ye chemicals na ahyemuma so ye industrial work bia na say bia boys and girls you pia bontaman for your money na ngusien efa also otina ho na ujeja na sebetum de yare bebre na enabro ebi ne kidney yare liver diseases haba throat cancer ni na no betum enya bi afrisa ne marketing kete we ho ene air pollution asese ano ekoso e we wiase mo asenti kotoko da about ni bi na no na boni pedua ne ho ban ukọ iba brochure for bonya bi ato e ho no Ghana hasen so kogo filling station bia obenya bi ato kuma asem nkotafo government hospital na takrade sika FM bi e ho for mo numbers na frɛ na ne penifo eni enkoma me finance mo abeka no eni.
How's life in Prestia? Had you lived there before?
No.
Or was so take us through that journey a bit?
It wasn't easy. By then the town Bogoso no lights. But because we live in Mines Bungalow, we are on VRA, direct, no electricity. Okay. So every fortnight I have to drive from Bogoso to Kumasi to shop. So I do that. Even though Bogoso has Saturday market once in every week, but most of the thing that I need, I have to come to Bogoso. Right. And then because they don't have light, and then the towns and the villages around to no light, I decided that I will start making ice blocks.
Okay.
So I go to work, well paid. I have to gift shop, Nasak.
Okay.
Those listen to me, Bogoso knows about Nasak. It's a gift shop. Everything about gifts.
Okay.
And stationery is
okay.
mine. And then this ice blocks was making money for me.
Regular ice blocks.
Ice blocks. So what I normally do is, Wase Kropon is Thursday market.
Okay.
Friday is Prestia.
Okay.
And Saturday is Bogoso.
Okay.
And then Sunday is the villages around Takwa Road. So weekends when I'm off, sometimes I work on Sundays. But if I'm working on Sunday, I would just change my schedule with somebody.
Okay.
Go to work in the afternoon, go to church in the morning, do my other things, and then I go to work after church. So I started grooming some ladies.
Okay.
And then I pack all these ice blocks in a sack, about 2-3 sack, and then drop it somewhere in the market. And this women will just distribute for me.
Wow.
So I made a lot of money from this. My husband was not comfortable with, how can you live in such a bungalow and then do this? So what I normally do is I will just put the ice block in, lock it, keep the key somewhere so nobody can go to my freezer. So one day I told him I've made right now you say 150.
Okay.
But by then it was 1.5.
Okay.
And it was a lot of money. That was 1993.
Wow.
A lot of money. So I said, this is my ice block business. I have 1.5. Say, how did you make it? I said, yeah, whichever way. This is what I have.
The ice blocks brought money.
So he said, oh, so what are you going to invest it in your business? I said, no, I think we have to go back to Kumasi, get some land, and lo and behold, where we are living now is
the ice blocks land. Interesting. The side hustle that he wasn't comfortable with.
Later he was buying the bags that I used for the ice blocks, and then he bought a lot of big ice chests so that I can leave the sack, the rice, and then the other sacks, and then use the ice chest for the business.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Around the time, how many kids were in?
3.
3 of them.
3.
Okay.
And then I have 2 other kids with me.
Okay.
Yeah. So there were 5.
Wow. So you have your job. I
have my job. I have this ice block business. I have my gift shop, and then I also do pastries. You know what? My husband worked. He was a manager then, so he works from
at the mines.
Yeah, he was a lab manager, analytical lab manager. So he works from 7 to 5.
Okay.
But I go on shift. In the morning, I'll leave home around 5:30, come back at 2. And then in the afternoon, I'll leave home 1, come back at 10 p.m. So I decided doing this pastries. So a secretary in his office, when I'm on morning duties, even if on afternoon duties, I will just prepare it. And then my husband, colleagues, and other things in their morning meetings, oh, this secretary has a very nice pastries, let's go for it. So
but they didn't know that's your husband?
Until my daughter, last but one, until she in their morning meetings, oh, this secretary has a very nice pastries, let's go for it. So but
they didn't know that's your husband?
Until my daughter, last but one, until she was 1 year. On her 1 year birthday, and then my husband told the secretary that, oh, that pastries now out the dear morning programs, fine. Can't you order some? My daughter will be 1 tomorrow and on Sunday, so can't you get some for me?
But your husband didn't know you are the pastry chef?
The CEO of the Tats.
Wow.
So I was making money because that order was, constant every day.
Were you making pastries at home?
Yeah, I do.
He had ate some of your pastries at home?
Yeah, when I do for the family, he did.
But how was he not able to tell by the taste that this is my wife's pastries?
No, she didn't say that. She never knew it was me.
Wow.
the company, part of the management team, they ordered it from the lady.
So if I'm getting you right, before he comes back from work, you have already
finished and kept it in the fridge. So in the morning, I just have to, whilst I'm preparing the kids' breakfast and then other thing, I just put it in. So you hear pampai all around. You may not think this pampai will go out. So I made a lot of money from this. So as soon as the lady said, "Oh, now what is our I said, no time." So he didn't say anything. When he came, was, "Can you prepare some pastries for Na's birthday?" And I said, "Oh, you know me, I like cooking, so I'll do that." So I did, and then said, "Na sana pastries are you come management production meet now.
Sana was it.
And then he didn't tell me. So yes, this is what I have. This is my money. And my husband is such a person. Whatever you start, he will just give you backing for you to go for.
And some that don't know, and I'm a fee, and that's joining in ano, a foul in the cunu, a brabum, broma bre, and in near maybe a nucunu a year at the buana, nay, mamma finny dean, ajibaby, and obia, a bonabasum. And as boy enterprise, and as much nambin send me ever some more. A banter decoration, there for an as boy number, and a friend, and no any encomo. Pure pistol near bay, or ye be a mania fe, so pay be a wolf fear, and as office will be a penny be an obeba, no be sissy, a man down so at the amount. And to friend, no may and come and for more. Basic people fiber, any people cemented the more beche, na born so dear at the form boko, and to also need things, mom may fee, at that to your funny kunu only be emra.
Which means marriage took you to Bogoso.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
work. It's not marriage.
Work. Yeah. And then you found your soul.
No, I married from Kumasi. I said my husband was a national service person.
So how come you both ended up in the same mining institution?
We moved together as couples.
Okay.
We had Obuasi.
Okay.
And then we went to
Bogoso. Okay.
So as for his work was constant. He had a job from Obuasi before he moved.
Okay.
And later when I joined, I wasn't working. That's why I started the gift shop.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after 6 months or 8 months, I also had this job.
The offer. Nice.
So, the white people were leaving, and then when they leave, they go with their family. So school, the mine school, basically they said, right now because the experts are not there, they are not going to run the school again. It means always we have to drive. That time we can use 45 minutes from Bogosu to Takwa.
Okay.
So I have to drive about 45 minutes to Takwa to take the kids to school. And then my last girl was just 2 years. But whoever comes to me, I need to make that person happy before he or she leaves. And then I also think about my husband. My maiden name was Efemensa Ahen.
Oh,
that was my maiden name. And then I got married to this young, handsome man.
Yes. We can see his photocopy right here.
Yeah. Called Edward Amano.
Right.
And then I added Amano to my name. I refused my father's name. Added this Amano. So my sister-in-law is Amano. My kids are Amano. All the family
all their manos.
All their manos.
Manorin.
So if I don't preserve the Amano, it's going to affect all the Amano.
A lot of
those in Amanochrome.
Oh, there's a monochrome too.
Yeah, it's including those in a monochrome. So whatever you do, don't think about yourself today, what you get today, how you get today. Think about your future, yourself, your generation to the 10th one, and just leave a mark relationship. So learn how to cook, learn how to wash, learn how to do.
You were a boy, you were a girl, just do your job. Learn
and then the name Amano, because I borrowed from somebody, you have to preserve that name when you go to school. Because, when you just do something, it's going to affect what I am doing. So preserve the name. If you're a lady, until you get married and change your name,
preserve,
you cannot
taint it.
So I started when they were young, and sometimes when we do devotion, I said, let's pray about marriage. How old am I? How did you have about me? So
I'm sure this gentleman is part. How old are you?
And then, please, a journey of 1,000 miles
begins with a step.
So on your marks, before you get set,
and then you go.
Sure, you know, people see you as a single mother. I am not a single mother, but those outside, because they don't see my husband all the time, they think I'm a single mother.
Who is a counselor?
Who counsels a counselor? So I have to do all this. And when they were young, when I'm going out for outreach, I have to tell them to lock the door. I will see that they will finish their homework. They will lock the door inside.
So is he the youngest?
Yeah.
So there are 3 ladies.
Yeah.
So the eldest would lock the door.
Take the key out. So when I come,
you can open from.
Out.
Were you at any point scared of what will happen to them whilst you were away?
I leave them with God, in the hands of God. I'm going to do His work. So.
Mommy, let's look at your time, how women were raised, and now. Do you see any difference in the way things, women are brought up, the society and everything, the current generation too? And what is your advice to a young lady listening to you who wants to be a lady amano in a few years?
Parents of today, the 21st century parents, let me say this. Children, even though they are gifts to our marriages, but they are also visitors in our home.
Odopa de hwan enibenya obia enya so benya bemo betwase obedo na wabo wabrabo ya na efeye pa wo hwa ma efe ni story a wo kan na cheso ne kunu no omude free baby nenne o ma bedru san pempenswe ene ne yere go live show so nyina no na ne kunu so na mase e de no comment e ba de na efe a enika esewe ene ensema betodwa afama ma efe ho amde bi ababeso fro bia free hoba mesan so e de abramo medin ene ka hwere akosema kram nyina.
Nakuma, there be a company so Nakuma enia. Hi, Nakuma.
Then let's take him to Heartbeat Homeopathic Clinic.
Yes, Heartbeat Homeopathic Clinic.
What's the name?
This is Nakuma.
I don't want to go Heartbeat Homeopathic Clinic.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Daddy, to say.
Yeah. Me want Tommy Heartbeat Homeopathic Clinic. Only a good Heartbeat no. ABT.